make a few more adjustments to our page before we move on to the real page, because this page that we just created is supposed to be inside of the restaurant page. Okay, like restaurant navigation. So we're going to add a third route, and we're going to put it here as scene 3, right? And we need to add another key, and we need to give it a name, and we just need to change these names to menu, direction, and then new. That's all that we need to do. Then we have 3, okay, like that. So that's it for our tab view. So let's go ahead and create a new folder in here. Okay, so we're going to call it restaurant, like that. It has to be a folder, not a file. So we have to create it as a folder here. Now let's delete this file that we partially created. New folder, and give it a name. And then in this folder, we're going to create a new file, and we're going to call it a restaurant, like that. Capital R, and it has to be a JSX file, like that. So in here, we're going to create our component restaurant. Okay, let's just go ahead and save that one. So in here, we're going to receive navigation. That's the first thing. And let's go ahead and hook it up to our app.js. Okay, that's not it. So we're going to go Control C, Command C. Let's format. And here, we're going to have our screen name is restaurant, and we're going to map this restaurant to the restaurant that we just created now. Not restaurant page per se, but it's going to be just restaurant, like that. Okay, so we need to go back here, go back to our nearby, because everything is starting from our nearby. Go back to our nearby. Here we're going to navigate to the restaurant page, like that. Okay, so if you click, we're taken to this page. So in this page, we need to just go ahead inside of our view. We're going to have another view. So let's go ahead and give our view a style. So as for style, we're going to have height, and we're going to give it a height of, let's go with 600, like that. So inside, we need to have this restaurant page. Now, okay. So right at the top, we are going to have some other components. So what we can do, we can just remove this restaurant that we have. The height, let's just give it a 400. So it's going to be like that, and we're going to have our menu down here. Okay, so if we come here, we're going to show our map and our details, but right on top, we're going to have the image related to the restaurant, the name of the restaurant, as well as the distance. So in this part, that's where we're going to calculate the distance. So here, I'm just going to run you through. The code is going to be provided for you, because like it's a little bit tedious if you try to do it line by line. Those are long lines of code, and at the end of the day, we might take more time to try to write everything together. So probably the code is going to be provided for you, and I'll just guide you through on how to use the code to get direction, distance, time, and route to a particular place. Okay, but our setup, we're almost done with our setup, so we can do a few more things. So what we can do right at the top, okay, we can remove this, and we're going to have a network image. Okay, it's supposed to be network image here. So for network image, we're going to require the data, isn't it? That's the first, and we're going to require height. So as for our height, we're going to use sizes dot height, and we need to divide our height by 3.4. Okay, we also need to have width, and for width, it's going to be the horizontal width of our device. So it's going to be width here. Let's see. We're supposed to receive the item from our home page, right? We're going to send this item to the next page. So we go to nearby, and then here we're going to send item. After sending item, that means we need to receive the item in here. So we're going to use route. Const route is equals to use route. Okay, so we need to extract the item from our parameters. So we're going to have const item is equals to route.params, like that. So our data is going to come from item.image URL. Okay, I don't know whether it's an array or not, but let's go ahead and just log our data first. We log the item. Okay, if you click, oh, okay, it's not an array. So we have our image here. Okay, so far so good. So let's just keep the data here so that we know what we are dealing with exactly. So we're going to have a little bit of radius. So for radius, we're going to give it a radius of, let's go with 20 for starters. Okay, 20 might be too much. Let's go with 15. Let's format our code. Okay, 500, maybe 4, something like that. So here we're going to have a view. In this view, that's where we're going to put the name of the restaurant and the distance. Okay, everything that's related to our distance and stuff is going to come right inside of this view. So let's have a view here. So for starters, we can add a height just to create this space, but we don't need it. The space is going to be determined by the components that we're going to put right inside. Okay, so instead of 400 here, let's just go with 2. Okay,